Hi everyone, I'm Joe Albano, leader of the investing group Tech Cash here at Seeking Alpha. I'm going to quickly show you how I use Seeking Alpha's premium platform for my analysis and my research for the stocks that I use and analyze in my service. So I usually start by going to the homepage. I can get a nice overview of the latest news and the trending analysis that is curated for me. And it gives me an idea what people and contributors are talking about, and potentially what readers are talking about, as trending analysis is based on readership. But when I'm ready to research and start to analyze a stock, typically I do a lot of earnings analysis. So I'll start by going to the search bar up top and searching for the stock ticker that I'm about to research. In this case, I'll do NVIDIA. And when I go to do my research for earnings, I typically start with the transcript. So the nice thing about Seeking Alpha Premium is that it has earnings call transcripts, but also other transcripts from other conferences, fireside chats with analysts, any major conference really or earnings call is available here within hours after the event. So I click on the latest for NVIDIA and I get a nice synopsis of which company executives were on the call, which analysts were also on the call, and an accurate transcript of what was said on the call. The nice thing is, if I want to listen to the call, I can simply click right here without having to go to the IR or the investor relations page of the stock that I'm researching. I can simply play it right here. And this transcript also includes the Q&A portion at the end, which is probably the most important because even a lot of stocks and companies that have an earnings call, they usually have a transcript ready for their prepared remarks, but nobody has one for the Q&A that's easily accessible like Seeking Alphas. Now, the nice thing is the latest uh, features that have been added include an AI synopsis of the earnings calls. Uh, within an hour, within 2 hours of the earnings call itself, and it gives me a nice overview of the highlights of what was said. And the outlook gives me some of the financial results highlights, and it gives me Q&A highlights as well. Obviously, when I go into this and do my research before I write an article, I'm going to go back and read the transcript in context to understand what was being said or asked or answered. But it's a nice way to get a good starting point and understand where we are in the call and what the tone of the call was. Now, moreover, there's a lot more that I have to do in terms of research for an earnings report. So I tend to use a lot of the earnings tab and the numbers and data therein. One of my favorite is the earnings estimates, which are tracked both annually and quarterly. But the nice thing is that there's an accurate representation of the earnings estimates, telling me how many analysts are involved in this average and allows me to understand what is the Wall Street consensus going out several years with quality data involved with that. But even more than that, the earnings revisions is way more powerful, I think, and it tells me how these consensus uh, numbers have trended over quarters and years out into the future. For NVIDIA, it's out to 2031, but I can track anything in the years prior to that and then see how it's trending. Is it moving up? Is it moving down? How much? Obviously, for analysts going out several years, the 3 month trend and the 6 month trend are very positive, double digits. So that's a good piece of data to have and understand what the fundamentals are trending like for future earnings reports. And then finally, I use the summary page just to get an idea of what fellow contributors are writing about, what their ratings are, and then compare it to all the other things. Actually, one last thing is the what I call the report card, and I use that a lot for valuation, just to see overall where this stock is in line with the rest of the sector and its 5 year average. So while I might see something that has an F, I might go dig into there and be like, trying to understand what the difference is here. what's going on with that, maybe dig into those numbers a little bit more, understand, is price to book rated low because there's a lot more going on? Was there one-time charges for something? I need to dig into that, but it at least gives me an overview of how it works. So I hope you took something away from this today and how I use the Seeking Alpha premium platform on the stocks that I use in my service. Now, don't forget to click on the link below to check out my investing group, Tech Cash, on Seeking Alpha. And really, I hope to see you there. You're welcome to join us. We'd love to have you. And thanks for watching.